In this video, I'm going to talk about why the recovery road for teen FND is counterintuitive and what parents, school, and teen can do to resolve FND. So let's dive in. Hi, my name is Dr. Lee. I'm a pediatric health psychologist, the founder of online group coaching program Teen FND Academy. So let's just dive in. Why teen FND recovery sounds counterintuitive, at least in the beginning, and what does that mean exactly? So let me kind of go backwards and explain kind of typical scenario here. Your kids are not feeling good for whatever reasons and struggling or just not functioning at all, whether it's a viral infection, cold, flu, or a broken bone or something, okay? Your job as a family is to basically figure out what's going on, but in the meantime, basically, wow, your child is not feeling well. Let's just stop everything. That's usually how it goes. So when I say stop everything, that means no school, no activity, no responsibility, no fun. Just stay in bed all day, every day, until one day my child gets better. And then we are back in the business. That's usually how it goes. Think about it. When was the last time your child was sick and you were like, we don't believe in this. We're just going to keep going. Probably not. It's more about, wow, okay, my kid has a cold. So the kid, okay, probably not school, no responsibility, forget the schoolwork, homework, no fun, no sports. Just stay and just rest and get better. Then as soon as you're better, then we're back in the game. That's usually how it goes. With FND, not really a good idea. In fact, actually, this is going to perpetuate, meaning like basically you're guaranteeing that your child is going to continue to struggle with the condition. So why the typical approach does not work for teen FND? Well, first of all, FND itself is a real disorder, just like viral infection, concussion, other injuries, and things like that. However, the thing about FND is it is a cross-wired communication problem between the brain and the body. So the typical approach of stopping everything and avoiding everything only guarantee that your teen will continue to have that condition, therefore continue to suffer. So what exactly is FND in the first place? And I talk about this a lot on my YouTube channel, and there are so many videos. So just to sum it up, it is essentially an umbrella term to describe this cross-wired network communication problem between the brain and body, even though your child's brain and body are structurally and physiologically okay. As I mentioned, it is a real diagnosis, oddly very common diagnosis you would get in neurology clinic. However, nobody seems to know what it is until you actually get the diagnosis. It is a biopsychosocial phenomenon. So it's not just one thing that is causing the problem of FND. It is not just a stress or anxiety or trauma. So if you are pounding your head thinking that your child must have some sort of trauma or somebody's insisting that's the case, may or may not be the case. And with teen, because I specifically work with teenagers, their recovery rate of completely being done with FND is very, very high. So if you're told a quote unquote lie from medical providers, whoa, FND is something you're going to be having forever because it's a chronic, that means it's a permanent, so you're going to have to learn to live with it. If you say so, sure, that would be the case. But statistically speaking, that is not the case. But you have to work for it. And the way to work for it is going to sound counterintuitive because a lot of families that I work with, they say, wow, okay, logically that makes sense, but that wouldn't be the first choice we would have. So how to get better? Let's walk you through. Number one, you're going to have to absolutely retrain the brain and the body, okay? Through feeling empowered for the teen and yourself as a parent too. And then having this self-awareness, not just about, oh, I'm about to have an episode or, ooh, I'm not feeling good. It's not just that, but everything else pretty much. So parents, question for you, are you backing off and promoting independence of your teen? Because if the answer is no, then you are one of the culprits of why teen continues to have FND. May not be the reason why your child has a FND in the first place, but definitely a perpetuating factor. Question for school. Are you shoving your student to this online alternative or home hospital program or something like that because you just don't know what to do with it, right? If that's the case, can I just say, definitely is not going to help. And for teens, are you feeling so out of control, and are you almost ready to give up? If that's the case, I hear you. You desperately want to get better, but you don't really know how or what to do. I get it. So again, I'm not saying like you should feel bad for yourself or give yourself like a, basically a hard time, but this is not the way to retrain the body and brain. Essentially, that's the opposite. Okay. So basically what's happening is you're continuing to convince your brain and body that this is something that will stay forever. So you have to stop your life and have somewhat of a life, partially, maybe, kind of thing. And so this will become a new normal as long as parents are not backing off, not promoting independence. School is trying to shove you as a family to an alternative school program, or you as a parent thinking this is the only way because we need to get everything out of your child's stress or anything that gets in the way, so then your child can slowly rebuild back up. Again, that's coming from the intuition, not necessarily the right approach. So what is the right approach? This is the right approach that I have worked with and have so many teens got better. First of all, you have to have two ingredients, okay, for teens. Number one is an empowerment, so sense of control. That's why your parents need to back off and really need to promote the independence of your teen. Number two, you have to have a self-awareness. Again, it's not just about, whoa, I'm about to have this episode, kind of thing, but everything else. So first of all, parents, stop bombarding with questions about your child's condition. You've got to stop asking and stop drawing more attention to the thing that you want to get rid of. If it's FND, gotta stop talking about FND. Even when you're talking with each other as a parent or with other family members in front of your teen, gotta stop doing that. That doesn't help. Is that actually helping to get the FND out of the picture, out of your life? If the answer is yes, probably you might want to continue to do that. But I have never seen anyone so far, and probably will not be seeing anyone who keeps talking about FND, asking and bombarding with questions to your child over and over and over and over again. And then, wow, oh my gosh, thank you so much, parents. Now I'm better. I've never seen that. Okay, so it's not working, so stop doing that. School, you've got to focus on how to reintegrate your student back to school, starting with the baby steps, depending on where the student is. If the student has not been to school for like ever, then can we start with either one class or just going to school, right, per day, while augmenting or catching up with other classes? You've got to focus on how to reintegrate. So the student goal is to get back to school. It's not like, well, let's just see how it goes. Oh, wow, that didn't work out. Yeah, you need to go home. That is no plan. And I have plenty of videos on my channel about school-specific guides. So check them out after watching this video. And then teens, you guys, you've got to make up your mind that you will get better. That's the number one step. You have to get your control back instead of letting something or someone else suck that control out of you like a Dyson vacuum. You can't do that. So you're going to have to make up your mind that you're going to get better. And pick one thing. Pick one thing that you are committing to do, which is behavior. Not about thinking or feeling or rah-rah kind of thing, but it's the behavior. Pick one activity that you do, behavior. Whether it's a school, chore, getting out of bed, even if you have to crawl, right? Or social, any fun things. It doesn't necessarily matter. If you're so debilitated to begin with, pick one thing and determine to commit to that thing, to do one thing, even though you start with the baby steps. And then do that thing, even though it's a baby step. So again, if you're so deteriorated, it could be just getting out of bed, no matter how you feel, right? Sitting up, right? And then getting out of bed. Maybe that's one thing. Even if you are paralyzed, if you need to crawl, whatever it is, do it yourself, baby steps. So that is the right way. That is the right approach. You get active and then you get better. So again, it sounds very counterintuitive, but oddly, this is the way to retrain the brain and the body. It sounds odd. So the secret for you to remember, that I talk about this a lot in my online program, Teen FND Academy, is the secret of Dori. It's like a music. Do first, and then R is you get the reward. You celebrate your baby success. Whatever it is, you celebrate. and then you get motivated. So D comes before M, basically, right? So you do first, and then you reward yourself with the thing that you are doing, and then you feel motivated later on. You're not waiting for the motivation to kick in to do the thing that you kind of have to do, but you don't really want to do, because that day will never come, right? If you're naturally interested in the thing that you want to do, then sure, it's probably easier for you to have the motivation. However, what makes a difference is to do the thing, that you want to do. Then you're literally retraining the brain and the body, even though it's super choppy, rough, and it's going to take time, because you're basically doing the manual labor of getting better. However, that is the spirit, and that is the tactical do, reward, and motivate. I want to know in a comment, what kind of do's are you willing to do that you have been doing, even though you're not seeing the direct result on a day one, right? Because it is, again, it takes some time to retrain your brain and body, but you've got this. So tell me what's going on and how you're implementing this strategy in the comment below. And if this is something you want to do seriously so you can get your life back and feel like normal again under my guidance, then you might qualify for the program. Click the link below to schedule a call to talk to me. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.